Good afternoon, family and friends. Welcome back to Put Me in Coach podcast and YouTube channel, where we believe in making a difference, doing something that makes a difference at a time that makes a difference with people who are making a difference. Yesterday, we began a series on the topic intentional living, creating a life of purpose and impact for African Americans. Yes. Intentional living, creating a life of purpose and impact for African Americans. We know that we are living in, as former President Barack Obama often states, the fierce urgency of the now. Yes, the fierce urgency of the now. We are living in some troublesome times. Yes, and when you look around you, my friend, yes, when you look around you, there's a lot that's going on within the world. But the question that I have for you today is, what are you going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? And that's why we're talking about intentional living. We can no longer sit back and on the sidelines, being a spectator at this particular time of the game. And this is the fourth quarter. This is a time, my friend, where we have to put our hands up. This is a time where we have to say, put me in, coach. I'm ready to get in the game. I'm ready to make a difference in my community. I'm ready to be intentional, to be deliberate about bringing about change in the communities, in our families, with our children, in our schools. Because, my friend, it is time. It's time, and there's always something that we can do. Yesterday, we talked about understanding your why, which is the foundation of intentional living. Understanding your why. Why did you wake up this morning? What is your purpose? What gifts do you have? What talents do you have? How can you contribute to the problems that we are facing today? So we talked about understanding your why. And I shared how Malcolm X once said that if you don't stand for something, that you will fall for anything. So what are you standing for today? Who are you standing with today? Who are you side by side, lockstep with right now? And what differences are y'all making? What differences are y'all looking to make within our community? Today, we're going to continue on this growth journey, and we're going to talk about cultivating a mindset of abundance. Yes, cultivating a mindset of abundance. Because one of the major obstacles of intentional living is a scarcity mindset. I'm talking about, that mindset that have you believing that you don't have opportunities. The mindset that have you believe that success is only for the lucky and that resources is always lacking. That's a scarcity mindset. And this type of mindset, my friend, it can prevent us from taking risks. It can prevent us from investing in ourselves and then stepping into leadership roles because we feel that we don't have enough and we believe that we, my friend, are not enough. But I want to challenge that belief today. I want to challenge that belief of being a pessimist. I want to challenge that belief of believing that the glass is half empty instead of believing that the glass, my friend, is half full. Y'all remember the story growing up as a child? The little engine that could? When that little engine, was confronted with a task that was daunting, something that he didn't believe that he could do. Because there was a bigger engine that was stuck on the tracks. And he saw all these other engines coming by and he reached out and said, "Can you help me?" And then the first engine said, "Well, no, I can't help you. My engine too pretty to help you." Then the next engine came by. "Can you help me?" "No, I can't help you. I'm too busy to help you. I have things that I have to do. You're not that important for me to stop and try to help you." And then on, all these different engines made excuses as to why they couldn't help the engine that was broken down. And then came a little engine. Yes, a little engine, a little train come trotting past. And then the other engine said, well, what about you? Can you help me? And the little engine, he began to examine himself. He began to compare himself with the task that was in front of him. And in comparing himself with the task that was in front of him, he said, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not that big. I'm not that powerful. I'm not that strong. And then the engine that was broken down, he encouraged him and say, can you at least try? Because I really need some help. And the little engine, he thought about it. And as he began to think about it, his belief about himself began to change. And he shifted his mindset. And he went from, I don't know if I can do it, to, I think I can. Because when he put forth effort and he started to see progress, he said, I think I can. I think I can. And he went from, I think I can, to, I know I can. Because nothing beats a failure, my friend, but a try. So we're talking about cultivating a mindset of abundance. Because that scarcity mindset is that mindset that says that I can't. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the education. I don't have the degree. I don't have the resources. I don't have the power. I don't have the prestige. I don't have the money. That's that scarcity mindset, that mindset that keeps us leaving people stuck on the tracks. That's the mindset that allows us to walk past somebody that needs our help and we don't think that we can help them. It's the mindset that has our community looking the way that it is. Our cities are in ruins. The walls are torn down. The gates are burned. The people are in poverty. The people are struggling. And they're losing hope. Our children have no mentors and have no leaders, and the standards have been lowered. Where they have the scarcity mindset, not knowing that what they can actually accomplish. Because even our school system stopped believing in our children, and they implementing that scarcity mindset in them by lowering the standards. Instead of raising the standards and raising our children's awareness to the point where they begin to believe in themselves, and they start saying, you know what, I think I can, I think I can, I know I can. I grew up in the projects. I come out of the projects. I grew up poor, eating welfare cheese, government cheese and milk and free lunches, wearing hand-me-downs. Yes, I grew up in that environment, in an environment of scarcity. But also in an environment where my mother gave me hope. In an environment where my mother gave me God. In an environment where my mother taught me the importance of prayer. I grew up in a community where, as though we didn't have a lot, but we knew how to pull our resources together and make something great out of what we had. We knew how to borrow sugar from the neighbors. We knew how to borrow butter from the neighbors to be able to make a meal. Because we was able to pull our resources together to do collectively what we was not able to do individually. So yes, in and of yourselves, you may not have enough. But what about when we come together? What about when we pull our resources together? We are more than enough. So today, I'm challenging you, my friend, to cultivate a mindset of abundance. I'm challenging you, my friend, to get rid of that scarcity mindset and have that abundance mindset. That mindset that says that opportunities are endless. That mindset that says that success is in my reach. That mindset that says that we have the power to create the life that we want. The mindset that says that it's my story and I can rewrite it if I want to. A shift in our mindset. When we look back at our history, my friend, is filled with stories of resilience. It's filled with stories of innovation. It's filled with stories of triumph. Because of people who had an abundance mindset and not a mindset of scarcity. They had a mindset that said, I think I can, I think I can. And they believed it. What do you think right now? What do you think right now? You may not have enough to finish, but you do have enough, my friend, to get started. Because everything that you see, everything that you possess, it didn't start with having all the resources. It didn't start with having the money. It all started with just having an idea. Everything began with an idea. Everything starts, my friend, with a thought. James Allen wrote a book, As a Man Thinketh, So Is He. A principle that he got out of the Bible that said, as a man thinketh in his heart. But as a man thinketh, so is he. Meaning that you become your thoughts. If you think that you can't, you won't. If you think that you can, you will. Either way, my friend, you're right. But I want you to be right on the right side and not on the wrong side. I want you to be right, believing, my friend, that you can, instead of believing that you can't. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once says that the time is always right to do what is right. I grew up, my friend, and I made some poor choices, some poor decisions to do what was wrong. Because in my belief system, my limited belief system, my naivety, I believe that I was doing what was right, even though I was doing what was wrong. I justified selling drugs, telling myself that I have to do what I have to do to provide for my family. Do that sound familiar? I have to do what I have to do. I'm trying to provide for my family, but the reality was I wasn't providing for my family. And then you had the other people on the other side of town with the same mindset, and they saying, well, I got to do what I got to do to provide for my family. So what we were actually doing was I was poisoning his family. He was poisoning my family. But we said that we was providing for my family. But I'm killing your family and you killing my family. And then I end up in prison. You end up in prison. And what happens to our family? What happens to our community? Because we have this scarcity mindset instead of having an abundance mindset. So I want to introduce you to a few principles and a few ways to develop an abundance mindset. Number one, having an attitude of gratitude. Practice gratitude. Start each day by listing things that you're grateful for. Because gratitude is going to shift your focus from lack to abundance. Stop waking up in the morning talking about what you don't have. But shift that mindset, and when you wake up in the morning, be grateful for the things that you do have. I remember I did a lesson one time on counting your blessings. You will be surprised how many blessings you have if you just write them down and literally count them. Let's try it. Count your blessings right now. You woke up this morning. That's a blessing. You got eyes to see. That's a blessing. You got ears to hear. That's a blessing. You have the activations of your limbs. That's a blessing. You have a roof over your head. That's a blessing. If you have food that you was able to eat today, that, my friend, is a blessing. You have a family member, somebody that loves you and care about you, my friend, that's a blessing. These are blessings. So don't say you're not blessed. Don't say you don't have anything. Because you may not have everything that you want, but who does? I mean, really, who have everything that they want? You got millionaires who don't have everything that they want because they want billions. Because that's the mindset. The more you have, the more you want. And the more you forget about what you have and focusing so much on what you don't have that you're not appreciative for the things that you do have. So to develop or cultivate a mindset of abundance, practice gratitude. God, thank you. Thank you for giving me sound mind. Thank you for giving me dreams. Thank you for giving me vision. Thank you for giving me a drive. Thank you for giving me a will. A will. And thank you for providing a way. So shift your mindset when you get up in the morning. And be grateful for what you do have. And as you're grateful, my friend, for what you do have, you'll get more. When you can say, thank you, Lord, for giving me my daily bread, he'll provide you more. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning and giving me another opportunity to do something with my life. He'll provide more. Start, my friend, with what you had. Everything that I was able to accomplish in life, it wasn't because I had money. It wasn't because I had the resources. It wasn't because I had friends that supported me. It was all because I had a dream. It started because I had a vision. It started because I had hope. And I didn't let it go. People wasn't supporting me. People wasn't believing in me, but I believed in myself. I invested in me. I betted on me. Bet on you. I started with what I had. And it wasn't much, but it was enough. It was enough, my friend, to get me started. And I trust God to provide as I move forward. Because I would never be able to accomplish anything if I waited to have everything that I needed. Because I never did. When I published my book, I didn't have the money to publish the book, but I had the mindset to write it. I didn't need money to write it. I didn't have money to start a business, but I didn't need money to write down my vision, to write down my business plan, my ideas. I didn't need money for that because I was able to do what I was able to do with what I had. And that, my friend, is an abundance mindset. That, my friend, is my belief. It's my faith. I oftentimes like to tell a story about a friend of mine that was incarcerated with me. Good man. And we was in the same cell together. And I remember one day he was laying on his bed and I was sitting on my bed and I was reading. And he popped up and he looked at me and he said, if this cell starts to fill up with water, he said, how are you going to get out of here? So I started looking around the cell. The doors was locked. The windows was shut. The windows didn't open. I'm in this small confined area and he asked me, it's filling up with water. How are you going to get out of here? And I'm just looking around with my natural eyes trying to find a way. Trying to figure out how can I get out of a cell that's filling with water with my natural abilities. And with my natural ability, my friend, there was no way. And he looked at me and he said, your faith is what's going to get you out of here. Because man's extremity is God's opportunity. And what that means is that when you have done everything that you can do, it's God's opportunity to do what you can't do. So just do what you can do. And leave the rest to God for him to do what you can't do. We live in the fierce urgency, my friend, of the now. So we have a responsibility to our community. We have a responsibility to our children. We have a responsibility to our seniors. We have a responsibility to our dreams. Because if you don't water your dreams going to die. If we don't water, invest in our children are going to die. Anything that you don't water, my friend, and give attention to, it eventually withers and dies. We have a responsibility. The next thing is affirmations. Speak positively over your life. Yes, because there's life and death in the power of your tongue. Remind yourself, tell yourself that I'm worthy of success. I have the power to create wealth. My community will thrive. I will live and not die. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am more than a conqueror. What are you telling yourself? What are you saying to yourself? Don't speak death over our community. Don't speak death over your family, over your children. Don't speak death over yourself, but speak life. Stop talking about what you can't do and talk about what you can do, and also talk about what you will do. What are you going to do? So shift your thoughts, shift your mindset. The next step is surround yourself with visionaries. Put yourself around people who think big. Put yourself around people that's going to inspire you, that's going to motivate you. Put yourself around wealth-minded people, spiritual-minded people. Put yourself around optimists instead of pessimists. Put yourself around people that said, I think I can, I think I can. Put yourself around people that are eagles and not ducks. Are you an eagle? Or are you a duck? I believe that you are an eagle. But you've been spending a long time quacking with the ducks. I remember a story about this eagle, and the mother eagle had laid a nest, and it was high up in the mountains. And a strong wind came and it blew one of the eagle eggs out of the nest. And the egg, it fell down to the ground, but it landed in the duck's nest. And weeks had went by, and the duck eggs began to hatch, and the eagle egg hatched with the duck eggs. So the eagle, the baby eagle, being born with the ducks, it began to mimic the ducks. The ducks began to quack, and the eagle started to quack. The duck started to waddle, and the eagle started to waddle. Because the eagle thought that he was a duck. And then one particular day, some eagles was flying over the nest, was flying over the baby eagle and the ducks. And one of the eagles spotted the baby eagle and said to the baby eagle, "What are you doing down there?" And the baby eagle responded, "What do you mean? I'm a duck." He said, "I'm a duck." And the baby and the eagle above the duck's nest says, "You're not a duck. You're an eagle." So every day, the eagle that was flying over the baby eagle's head will come, and he said, "Listen, flap your wings." And he started flapping his wings. And then he come back the next day, say, "Flap some more, flap your wings some more." And then he would flap his wings some more. And the more he flapped his wings, he kept flapping his wings and flapping his wings until eventually he began to soar like the eagle that he was. See, sometimes when you hang with ducks, you think that you're a duck. When in fact, my friend, you are an eagle, and you need to be soaring with the eagles. So surround yourself with visionaries. Surround yourself with eagles. Because you are an eagle. And the next thing, my friend, is educate yourself. The more that we learn about wealth building, the more that we learn about leadership, the more that we learn about personal development, the more empowered we become. Education is wealth. Education is important. Why do we stop learning? Because when you stop learning, my friend, you stop growing. Because you can't give what you don't have. And what we need most in our communities is the right information. We just need to know how to build wealth, how to build our community, how to educate our children, how to take our communities back. So it's important that we get an education. It's important that we start attending workshops and trainings. Important that we start picking up some books. That we start investing in ourselves and investing in our future. Stop spending all your money on things that has no value. Stop spending your money $200, $300, $400 on sneakers, tennis shoes, and sweatsuits and belts. Things that has no value and has no significance. I mean, what does it matter for you to have on a $5,000 or $10,000 watch when you ain't going nowhere? What difference does it matter to have an expensive watch on when you're wasting time? Because we just want to look good. So you rob your future to enhance your present. We have to break this mindset. We have to break this cycle. And if there's ever time to do it, my friend, it's now. We have to cultivate a mindset of abundance. We're talking about intentional living. You have to be deliberate about changing your mindset because nothing changed until you change. Things doesn't get better, my friend, until we get better. It's not going to get better because the government get better. It's going to get better when you get better. It's going to get better when we get better. It's going to change when we decide to change. When we decide that enough is enough and that we are going to make a difference, doing something that makes a difference, where people are making a difference at a time that makes a difference. We're talking about intentional living. Time out, my friend, for good intentions. Time out for not showing up. It's time to make that phone call. It's time to get involved. It's time to put your pride aside and say, I don't know exactly what I can do. I don't know exactly what I can contribute, but I know that I have something. Help me to develop what I have. Show me how I can be involved. Show me how I can be valuable and be an asset and not a liability. Because we're living in the fierce urgency of the now, and now is the time to stand up. Now is the time, my friend, to rise and rebuild. The time is now. I'm currently working on a nonprofit, the Nehemiah Pathway. And it's about rebuilding our communities, our homes, rebuilding our relationships. It's so much that is broken. So many things that needs to be fixed, and I can't do it by myself. I need your help. I'm soliciting your help. I'm asking for your help right now. And if you would like to know more about the Nehemiah Pathway, if you want to know more about how you can use what you have to make a difference, doing something that makes a difference with people who are making a difference at a time that makes a difference, then I need you to say, put me in, coach. I'm ready to get in the game. Put me in, coach. I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines. Put me in, coach. I'm tired of being a pessimist. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to make a difference. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to cultivate an abundance mindset. It's our time. We have to stand, my friend, and we have to rebuild. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm going to be launching soon, and I need your help. Because you are a resource. You are a resource. You have talents. You have gifts. And I want to be a blessing to you so that we collectively can be a blessing to our community. I want to hear about your ideas. I want to see what you've been working on and how you can bring what you've been working on and I bring what I've been working on and how we can all make it work together for the good of our community. Visit my website, www.putmeincoaches.com. I have resources that will help you. Send me an email. Send me a text message. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get updates on what we're going to be doing. Subscribe, my friend. Share this video with somebody. Anybody. Share it with everybody. And let them know that we in the process of rebuilding. Let them know that we about to make a difference. Let them know that they're needed now. I need you to do this for me. I need you to do this for our future generation. Because this dream, this vision is bigger than me. This right here is not an I vision. This is a we vision. This is a us vision. We can do it. Let us stand, my friend. Let us rebuild. And if we're going to do anything, we have to be intentional. We have to be deliberate. Don't put it off. Reach out to me now. Share this video now. Because we're living in the fierce urgency of the now. Be great today, my friend. Be inspired. This is Put Me In, Coach. And all you have to say, my friend, is put me in, Coach. I'm ready. I'm ready to make a difference. Now. Be great, my friend. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. God bless you.